be honest, I hope a good chunk of those 75, 76 million people that voted for Trump go to Parler, drop Facebook, drop Twitter. I mean, like, completely just delete your accounts. That's what I'm hoping to see. And to be honest with you, I know my channel is small right now. I'm going to start switching things over to it because even as small as I am, I know I say things nobody likes, or at least not the people that run these companies. Not more so much my authoritarian friends, because that's really what you're seeing here is an extension of this authoritarian mindset. It's not a left-right divide necessarily. I mean, really, most of these people that you're seeing, and you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to get into it a little bit. What you see on the right now, what being pushed to the forefront are these right-wing conservative, quote-unquote, right, authoritarians. And they're being pushed to the forefront by all these, conspiracy theories about the election being stolen. On the left, we've seen, right, for the last 12 years at least, all levels of government ignoring violence committed by these left-wing extreme authoritarians. You know, what's an authoritarian? Basically someone who wants the government to come in and run your life for you. And of course, these people on both sides, only thing they disagree on are what social controls are acceptable to be imposed by the government. I.e., what things is it okay for the government to walk in your house, put a gun to your head, and force you to do? And which things are not acceptable to do that with. That's the only thing they're really arguing about. They both want to force you to do things most people, I don't think, really want to do. I think most people want to be left alone for the most part. At least they think they do. And you see this growing and really just this growing use of violence amongst both groups. It's become acceptable to be violent. And why is that? Because, well, by and large, a lot of local municipalities, all the way up to the state and federal levels, you've seen law enforcement refuse to protect you from people committing acts of violence. I shouldn't say law enforcement, the government. Most law enforcement officers want to do the right thing and help out. But when the powers that be say, no, you won't, you're not even going to go there, you're going to stay away, it's tough, right? So you've seen this time and again. Not only that, but you also see the media. The media's come into play, and look at what they've done all summer, all the way through this whole year. We'll use this just this year. I mean, the last 12 years especially, it's been ramping up little by little by little. Okay? And the whole time you've had the media, the mainstream media, by and large, has been basically cheerleading all kinds of acts of violence, right? Started off with, well, you know what? That Spencer guy, Richard Spencer, yeah, I think he's a Nazi or some kind of white supremacist, so yeah, punch him in the face. And then it became everyone we disagree with, we're going to call a white supremacist, even if they happen to be Jewish or not white, right? And it's okay to walk into rallies where people are being peaceful with bike locks and bear mace and beat the crap out of people, some cases killing people because, hey, we disagree with them ideologically. Right? And it's funny because it was this extreme authoritarian left coming in, beating people with bike locks, shutting down events that people were speaking in on college campuses, engaging in free speech. People trying to engage in social and political discourse and get their ideas out there, hoping maybe that someone would be spirited and debate them and throw their ideas out there, and then everyone could see these competing ideas and see which ones would reign supreme, right? Nope. It's become, we're just going to beat you senseless and then go to the media and go to your boss if you work for someone and basically try to ruin your entire life because you say things I don't like. And we can't have that in America. We can't have that kind of hate where you would say something I disagree with and it offends me. So we're just going to crush you and grind you into the mud, right? I mean, that's what you're saying. And the left has been merciless with it. And what you see with these Capitol Hill riots, just to get a little bit with that, right-wing authoritarians doing the same thing. I know it's a small group of them. These rioting situations usually are a small group of individuals causing mayhem. Same thing, right? Property damage galore, beating up law enforcement officers, saying all manner of terrible things. But that's not even the bad part. Obviously, it's acts of violence, wanton acts of destruction. What do both sides have in common? Straight nihilism. These people don't have some grand political view, no ideology, no values that they're trying to, express, or they're not fighting some tyranny that they're talking about. They're not even talking about anything. They're not showing up. There's no group of people saying, this is the tyranny from the government, right? None of these people at that Capitol Hill riot said that. There was nothing. Here's the tyranny that we're fighting against. This is why we're going to do this insurrection. There was no, and it was not a coup. You need the military involved to be a coup. You want to call it insurrection, go for it. But obviously it was not some armed attempt to take over the government. Just a bunch of people looking to break stuff and do damage. And that's what they did. And that's what you're saying. Constant, both sides. And it's terrible because both sides, the other people who aren't committing these acts of violence, you see a lot of people being, well, that's what you get. That's what you get when cops go to the wrong neighborhood and shoot the wrong kind of person. Because I'm just going to assume it's always wrong. That's what you get when the person I didn't get elected president, I want to be elected president, isn't elected. I just have to say, I kind of agree with it because those are my people and they have my ideology. And that is scary.